are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to the Goof On. I'm Rich Giordano. It is time. Welcome you guys to Goof On. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It's Wednesday. I almost said October. November 15th, 2023. It is Wednesday. Glad you could be here. I'm surprised I'm here. I know you saw a message from me saying, well, I did. I threw up literally 30 minutes ago from now. Laid down. The reason we're a little late because I fell back to sleep, but somebody messaged me and it went off in my ear, off my thing. Thank you for whoever that was. I haven't even checked. But that's why we're a couple minutes late. But thank you for hanging out and waiting. We got a good one for you tonight. I couldn't get the background to the picture for the thumbnail, so as I do every show, I tried getting it to go in before I started the show, and the thing just kept spinning around. I'm having problems with StreamYard, and I don't know why. I don't know if anybody else is having any issues. There we go. Maybe I need help. I don't know. What do you think? I've only been to the hospital 6 times this year. They don't know what's wrong with me. So That's why. Nobody can figure it out, man. 6 times. 6. So, whatever's happening to me will continue to happen until it rights itself. I've been on antibiotics since September 5th for my foot. Pretty strong antibiotics. So strong that they put what's called a PICC line in me. And the thing goes in my arm, and it goes all the way to my chest right here in the vein, in that big vein you got. And, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, that's what I got in me. And I've been taking these antibiotics, just remembered. And they're saying, well, maybe these antibiotics will kill whatever it is that's going on. And to a point, yeah, it has. See, I didn't make the members video to explain all this like I was supposed to Sunday. Anyway, all right. Well, anyway, I'm here. And we're going to talk about this just a little bit. The reason I put the thumbnail up like that, and we already kind of talked about it yesterday, is just that it is a powerful subject right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's a day always behind. They're always a day late. We're usually the first ones to be in the throes of what's going on. Then other people come around. Yeah, that's why we do it every day, so we be quick. I'm so thirsty. So we're gonna do that. I gotta be honest with you, like I always am anyway. I think Corbell is a disinfo agent. I really do. This has gone too far. It doesn't get worse than what we're seeing. It's a drone. It's this. I mean, I don't even care if it's not a perfect match, because there's hundreds of different types of drones. Some drones carrying payloads. I was watching Amy's show this morning, and they were talking about, well, we'll talk about it, how there's different nodules on it and stuff like that. I'm like, it could be dressed up that way. We don't know, man. We just don't know. All right. Well, anyway, we're going to talk about that. And I cannot believe, the other day I said, I don't know who these people are talking about when they say there's a UFO hate group. Today, I think it was still going on. I think it's over now, but I was listening to Red Panda Koala did a live space on X. And I guess I was one of the first people there. I think Dorothy sent me the link. Somebody did. The link was in one of these chat rooms that I have. Well, anyway, I go there, and they're talking about Elizondo, and was he telling other people what to do and harass people in the community? And then basically it all centered around this one guy, this big time troll called King Milkfart. God, I hate saying that. Let's just call him Kmart for short. I hate that too. Nah, Kmart's not that bad. I haven't seen a Kmart in years. Anyway, we'll talk about why it was an important conversation to be listening in on. Well, I'll tell you, a couple of our haters were there. I almost called him Uncle Fist, but the Fist was there. And so was Darcy Queer. Who names their boy a girl name? I don't like that. Yes, I know Kelly. Kelly can go either way, but that's a cool name. Darcy? You're going to name your boy Darcy. You better train him to beat the shit out of people. That kid's going to get, I don't know, going to school every day for 7 hours, 7 hours of beatings, 7 days of sinning in the eyes of all. You have a girl's name. and your last name is short of the letter D for weird, who has a name spelled W-E-I-R, and the first name is a girl's name, and it's a guy. Darcy Weir? That's one of our trolls. How do you not just put the D on the end of that and say, bitch weird? You know, just say that, bitch weird. Weird bitch. That's Darcy. Let's do a little roll call, get show on the road. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood, believe it or not. I don't get in moods. I have swings of emotions. I don't get in a mood. I get emotional swings. Whoa, you know, yeah, it's that way. Ed Shafet, fuck me. Welcome to the show. Thor Panku, welcome to the show. YOY Fools, Mr. Darcy. Mrs. D for Dick. Dick Dolan. Had a couple of Dolan lovers there. No way. Zach Diecast Malt. That was a good one. I said this because what a coinky dink. I didn't send you a message today, Lisa, but I wound up getting a recommended on TikTok for a new video or something. You got some good videos. Welcome to the show, Kevin. Welcome to Zikitbry. Welcome to the show, Zikitbry. There you are. Kelly Lewis with the EW version. Welcome to the show. Hi, Fine Morked. I mean, Mind Forked. Welcome to the show, Akashi Kush. Andy Cowley. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. It's not been a minute, but it's been 30 seconds. Good to see you. I know you were here recently, I think I saw you. Yesterday? SoCal, welcome to the show. Kevin Saunders, welcome to the show. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Intergalactic Angler. How you doing? Hey, Tony 2 times. Hey, Tony 2 times. How you doing? How you doing? All right, all right. Welcome to the show, Tony. Hey, Jeanette, the angel of Goofon. How do you not say that? Well, there you go. The £5, 5 quid super sticker. The love is gone. The sticker's taken its place. It's sabotage. The angel of Goofon. £5, 5 quid super sticker. Thank you, Jeanette. You are the angel of Goofon. She really is. Cosmic Dave. Oh, and Jeanette. Welcome to the show. Is it good? All over. Jeanette, Cosmic Dave, UK. Welcome to the show. Thursday. Wait, it's Thursday? Don't mess around. Oh, yeah, my garbage didn't go out today. It's Wednesday. I'm looking right at the date. I had to make sure. I even looked at the watch earlier, and I saw it said wed. So, yeah, that's weird, man. I don't like it. I know you're 4 hours, 5 hours ahead, depending on where you are in the UK. Welcome tomorrow. Cosmic Dave UK in the future. So is Jeanette. Jeanette, oh no, it's only 11:23 for Jeanette right now. 4 hour difference where you live. See, Cosmic Dave lives on the other side. Further east, I guess. Welcome to the show, Cosmic Dave. Thanks for the super chat of £2, 2 quid. We round up here at Goofon. No such thing as 99s. $2. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And you've been a continuing supporter forever. Thank you. Hey! Don Mofo, how you doing? The Don of Goofon. God, I wish my name was Don just for the show name. Hi, I'm Don. Don of Goofon. And welcome to the show. Don Mofo, thank you for putting a smile on my face. Good to see you, man. David Gosling, how you doing? Yeah. You know, Mind Forked. It's another channel you guys need to go check out, by the way. Matter of fact, we need to have you on. I can't believe I haven't had Akashi Mind Forked on. I can't believe this. Yeah, I'm messaging you, big sister. By the way, where is big sister? Dorothy, I know you're not here. You may be listening on the outside. How you doing? Dorothy may or may not be around for, she's not going to be in the chat as much, but she's listening, I know. Hey, Big King. Hey, Rich. Get better, boss. I know. I am. Next year. I just got to wait a little more. Yeah. January 1st. All right. If I didn't say your name. V-Man, how you doing? Raging, how you doing? YOY Fools. Welcome to the show. GB Taylor, how you doing? If I didn't say your name, Paula Faust, welcome to the show. Brooke Hayes, welcome to the show. Moody Mongol, welcome to the show. Scott Blight. Yeah. What's up, Scott? All right. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. Hey, Into Thin Air News is here, a.k.a. Into Thin Air. Be on the main channel. Sonic Goof on. They have medication for that. Be on the main channel, son. Goof on, they have I don't know if they have medication for what's wrong with me, considering they don't know. But I don't know what you're meaning. I don't know what you're saying. Buddy Choo Choo. Hoo. The kids like it. Watch. Buddy Choo Choo. See? Yeah. They love it. The great snafu. Oh, Mr. Flintstone. All right, let's get started. Oh, yes, Mrs. Ricardo. Remember that guy? Whatever happened to that guy? Well, yes, Mrs. Ricardo, I can have that for you immediately. Remember that guy had a mustache and he was always bald? Well, and he would always go, oh, yes, Mrs. Ricardo, Mr. Ricardo. Yeah, too much I Love Lucy in my life. Love that show. You know, if anybody can guess what my favorite comedy show of all time is, I don't know what I would give. When I have t-shirts, I'll get you one. I still have a few. I think I owe Ms. DJ one still. I don't want to send you cotton that's hard. Ask Nathan. He's got one. Hey, you could ask Coral Ann. She had one. Coral Ann, put ones in the chat. You know what that means. Those of you who have been here forever. Love Coral Ann. We miss you. And we're thinking about you. All right. So today was interesting, actually. I never did this before. Listened to one of these one of these Squarespace meetings. What are they called? I don't know. But on X, they go live. And people come in from Twitter and you can see who's there. And I was there. And I don't know why they ushered me to the top of the line so everybody could see me. Because when I jumped in, there was already 30 people there and I was hovering around the bottom. So when you click in, you only see the top 5 or 6 rows. Well, I'm watching and all of a sudden, whoop, they moved me right up to where the speakers were. And I'm like, do they want me to call in? Because you can hit a microphone and then they see you and they bring you in. But I didn't do that. And I just wanted to listen to what they were talking about. And they were talking about, and it seems to me, because I get a lot of these recommendations to listen to these podcasts. Now, I've listened to some, but I never listened. I'd turn them on, then turn them off. I'd listen, I'd see who's there, and then leave. This time, I was there for at least 2 hours. I was listening to everything that was going on. And of course, our haters were there. And they can see me, I can see them. And I did leave a couple of scolding, hot comments for Darcy Weir and the Fessler, because they were talking about Elizondo, and you see, King Milkfart is a guy, I hate saying it, Kmart, who got troll status for being the biggest dick you could possibly be on Twitter. X, whatever. And Elizondo just joined in to King Milkfart's channel. He now is associated with one of the, if not the biggest troll in ufology, King Milkfart. Now, there's a King Milkfart harassment group, which is a guy who created King Milkfart harassment group that exposes King Milkfart for the asshole he really is, and all the people that follow him and take commands from him, and now Lou. So Lou Elizondo has joined forces, this is what they're saying, with the biggest hater on the internet, on Twitter, on X. Now, you can follow anybody, right? Unless they block you. Well, Lou Elizondo followed the biggest troll that supports everything Elizondo. It's very strange that, why would a government spy or counterintelligence asshole who doesn't care about ufology? Remember, I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a disclosure guy. I don't even give a shit about ufology. They asked me to come to this office. I said, okay, I'll do it. Remember? Yeah. Well, in case you forgot. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. There's something I have to play. Hold on. Here we go. Unfortunately, I can't find the original that I have, so I'm going to have to cut this up. But I got the reminder. I found it in one of my shows. I don't want to play my show for you. It's just this.
Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I just do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
You know what I love about that clip? Is that I played it for about 4 months straight. Every day. Almost. Pretty much every day. In the show somewhere. And I love that Red Panda Koala took the clip and played it today. The same clip I just played you about Elizondo, because he's not a UFO guy. I don't know how many times we're going to say it. Well, until everybody gets it. But, you know, that's the thing with Elizondo. That's the thing with Corbell. That's the thing with ufology. That's the thing with mainstream media. They love these guys. They support each other. I rarely see Corbell and Elizondo in the same room. How often do you ever see those two in the same room? I don't think it's ever happened. Well, I got to be honest, like I am all the time. I really believe Corbell and Knapp are unofficial disinformation agents. Literally, every single thing Corbell posts as real UFO event turns out to be flares, turns out to be not exactly what he said, turns out to be a drone. Yeah, do we have 100% proof? No. I mean, but it doesn't get much better. You know, and as I was saying on Amy's show, she was talking about these nodules on the top here. You know, oh, it's not on this drone. Well, it's a different model. And then the payload down here on the bottom, you know, it doesn't match what's here. Doesn't have to. You're not going to get the same exact thing at different times in life. One was, I don't know how many years ago, whatever, and this one's kind of new right here. Who knows how far back these types of drones. They kind of look like the Star Wars drones, right? Beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, you know, and they rose and, you know. I wonder, why Corbell keeps getting, he keeps getting stuff and says and believes that, look, I know he's going to say this. People are going to say it's a drone, George. I know, I understand it. And what if it is? I don't know a drone that looks like this, George. And from what the witnesses were saying, it was moving at astounding speeds. Witnesses say, someone told, what we heard is, the report says, the witnesses say. Yeah, we know. We get it at this point. I mean, we figured it all out with Corbell, right? It's the same setup every time. Witnesses we'll never meet or talk to. Evidence we'll never see up close or at all. They're mundane. Everything Corbell shows us are mundane objects. They're not legitimate UFOs. And what do I mean by that? Alien technology. Does that look like alien technology to you? No. You know what it looks like? A ceiling fan with flying capabilities and an antenna. That's what it looks like to me. It looks man-made. This is just bad, guys. This is bad. And I don't know why we keep doing this. I don't know why. I went on Elizondo. I went into Corbell. Let me go back to Elizondo and finish up. Because I can't believe the things people are saying. And you know what's interesting about this field? Yes, the field. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to talk about drama. Forget the drama. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about an argument. I don't care what happened between A and B. I don't care what happened between Spartan 1 and 2. I don't care what happened between Lou and you. Nobody wants the drama, they say. But it is the most popular thing to talk about when there's drama. And right now, Lou's creating drama by connecting with the biggest troll on X and UFO Twitter. Now, like I said earlier, joining, following, whatever, it looks bad for Lou, considering he's not a UFO guy, never was. He's a counterintelligence guy. They asked him to come in here. Now, I don't know if they asked Lou to mess around with everybody. See, a caller came in and said, this is what he said. He's a big-time Lou follower, big-time boot-licking person. And he calls in and he says, why would Lou, who's a counterintelligence guy, who worked in the Pentagon, waste time with you little trolls and little channels? And why does he need to waste his time? You guys are out of your mind. Lou doesn't give a shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wow. Is this Lou I'm listening to? No, it wasn't. It was a regular dude who had a heavy lisp and a very deep black voice. You can tell. And he was just saying it's impossible that Lou wouldn't do that. But he did do it. He did, bro. And my problem was nobody was cutting this guy off and saying, what are you talking about? Lou admitted it. He went on to Fessler. What Lou did was attach himself to other military people, like-minded individuals, because he knows they will be dedicated to him. And you go to a small channel that's trying to get big, and you go there, and he made friends with these people in the smaller channels. And now all of a sudden they went from 100 subscribers to 600. And then they'll go on again. And next thing you know, they'll have 700 to 1,500 subscribers. We saw this with Lou Reviews, whatever you call that piece of shit show. He had Elizondo on 15 times. 7. I don't know, 7 or 8 times over like every other month. And every time you're going to get 500 subscribers, give or take. His whole channel, he should dedicate it to Lou Elizondo, because that's who grew that channel. You didn't grow because you're a funny guy. You didn't grow because you're intelligent. You didn't grow because you're a big bundle of joy. No, you grew because you sucked Elizondo's boots. Friggin' sucker. It's weird. This is a weird world. You don't want drama? You do want drama. You want some important UFO news? You want drama. You want me to talk about drama? No, we want you talking about ufology. Talk about ufology. No, we want you to talk about drama. I don't know where to go. And you know what? That's why I don't listen to what other people are saying. It gets me going. It gets me mad. I get angry. I get frustrated. I want to yell and scream and say, listen to me. You got it wrong. And they're screaming, no, you got it wrong. But I have to admit, we're right about Elizondo. Can we just literally just agree without saying, let's agree to disagree or whatever you say? No, it's not that way with this guy. This is different. Elizondo's still around. And he's lurking, and he's listening, and he's watching. And this guy who called in says, do you really believe Elizondo, a decorated military boop-a-dop, counterintelligence boop-a-deep, do you think he would spend time out of his day making up sock accounts and listening and making friends and seeing what other people think about? I'm like, it's exactly what he did. Yeah. He admitted it. I don't know where this guy came from, but I swear it had to be Lou on a little voice machine. Like the one I never used, like the one I bought and still haven't never used. It has chicken on it or something. I don't know what the hell that is. So if Lou is doing all that and Corbell is doing all this, how legit is ufology in your eyes? How legit are we all when the people who are in mainstream media are the biggest, baddest trolls in ufology and they get away with it? We've just been trolled by Corbell. This is a joke. This is a joke. Let me ask you this. Do you think they post stuff like this to see what the public knows? To see what the public thinks about these objects? And this was taken with a FLIR camera. We don't even know what it looks like other than the shape. Take away all the window dressing and everything else, and you got a disc in there, right? Whoops, I can't stand this reverse. This thing right here with this round thing. Right here. That thing. That's a disc-shaped object right in the middle. Isn't it? Like, you know, if that big yellow piece right here, that's part of the that's a ceiling fan. That looks like the one I have in my living room. You got a light bulb on the bottom. You got the thing on the top for the remote. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not. I can't speak. All right, let me go into my brain. Hold on, let me pull something out of there. It's not working. So I got to play this. I've been holding on to this video for a while. No, I'm not. You know, no, it's not time. Shit. Elizondo filed the DOD IG complaint on May 21. May 3rd, DOD IG launched an investigation into the DOD's handling of UAP. Please provide point of contact for evaluation within 5 days along with GS-15 pay rate. Elizondo sat with DOD IG's R. Stone. It was very lengthy. They were extremely interested to know the facts and the details of what I'm aware of. And also, they want to talk to additional people, says Elizondo in June of 21. July 21. Grush provided UAP-related classified info to the DOD IG. Is this the DOD IG report just approved for viewing? That was in July. February of 2022, Elizondo's IG complaint, PBD-19, was dismissed because his clearance was never revoked. On February, 5 days later, Compass Rose signs on as Grush's attorney, ex-ICIG Charles McCullough III. April 14th, 22, debrief article on Gary Reed came out, throwing this in just as a placeholder. May 25th, 22, Grush filed an ICIG complaint under PPD-19, citing clearances and access stripped without reason or warning. Grush filed an ICIG complaint under PPD-19, citing clearances and access stripped without reason or warning. It's a dumpster fire at this point. Wow. And then there's the Inspector General. I mean, this is amazing. I know I didn't really preface this with any context. I just started talking and it came up. It's a memorandum for distribution, evaluation of the DOD's actions regarding the UAP. We plan to begin the subject evaluation in May 21. The objective of this evaluation is to determine the extent to which the DOD has taken actions regarding UAP. We may revise the objective as the evaluation proceeds, and we will consider suggestions from management for additional or received objectives. We will perform the evaluation at the offices of the Secretary of Defense, Military Services. What is that? Combatant commands, combat support agencies, defense agencies, and the military criminal investigative organizations. We may identify additional locations during the evaluation. Please provide us with the point of contact for evaluation within 5 days. You can, I know. All right. Good. We got it. You get it? Yeah, all right, good. Me too. I don't know, what the hell, who cares? For anyone who doesn't believe that Lou Elizondo supports the doxing and harassment of people here on UFO Twitter, after King Milfark's other main account was suspended for violations of Twitter's policies, harassment, it didn't take long for Lou to follow the new account King Milfark created to bypass the suspension account. Is that right? Oh, that's how it happened. Little Louie. They canceled the one guy's that suspended it, and then he went and followed this one. Wow, little Louie teaming up with the biggest harasser on UFO Twitter. See, this is Elizondo. I know you're not going to like the next things I'm going to say. Maybe you will. I don't know. Elizondo's white trash is what he is. He is. He's white trash with money. He is. Just a piece of shit. I do. I wish Lou the worst life can offer. I really do. I wish what I have as an ailment on you. Because, you know, you always hear people say, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. This I do. I don't like him. Nah, he's weak. He's an order taker. Lou is not an alpha male. None of these guys are. They're all beta. They take orders. They don't give orders. They take orders. And they follow. You know who else took orders, Lou? The Nazis. Yeah. Welcome to the wrong side of history, you fat prick. Anyway, so Corbell, a while ago, talked about this on the Joe Rogan Experience. I got a minute here to show you that. Looks like a jellyfish man or something. He says it's stiff, about the size of a big coffee table, octagonal in shape, domed with legs hanging down, is what he said. You ready? 4, 3.
And what shape are these ones that have payloads?
Okay, well that's what's crazy. So I have images of one that we fired on, and for
can you show us the image?
I'll show you. You. Yeah,
show me right now.
I'll show you. But I think
you can't show it publicly yet.
I don't know because it comes from a document I probably shouldn't have seen. But people send things to me in ways that I can look at them. So anyway, let's talk about that later. So it looks like this. Looks like a fucking jellyfish, man.
Like a jellyfish.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stiff, but that about the size of like a big coffee table. That's the one at least that we've fired on recently.
Big coffee, like this desk, maybe.
Yeah, about 10 to 12 feet.
And then it looks
domed, and then it has and they're not all like this, but this is the one we're talking about that I know was recently fired upon.
And what do they think it's made out of?
See, that's the whole thing, man.
Is it like metallic?
That's the whole thing. There's no retrieval program that's known in these wars.
Why can't Corbell just say that? Answer the question. Is it metallic? Yeah, I guess. You can't answer it.
Zones. So even if they did hit something, like first of all, would they be able to take it down, whatever it is, right? And by the way, we're eliminating that these are balloons, drug smugglers who use balloons and shit like that. These are objects that have controlled flight.
These are objects that have controlled flight. Yeah. Oh. And then the eyes. Is it working? Yeah. Corbell knew about it. He's seen it. What I don't like is he says, I see things I shouldn't have seen, but they send these things to me in a way that I can view them. You mean like redacted? Right? Because if he's seeing something he shouldn't have seen, he's breaking the law. I wonder if he's really breaking the law here. I'm going to look into this a little bit. I'm a little concerned about Corbell. He might be getting in trouble. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. This is all bullshit, guys. Don't worry about it. Corbell's not in any trouble. When you post a drone and you allege it's a UFO, they're just going to laugh at you. That's all they're going to do. They're all going to laugh at you. And that's what we're doing. That's what everybody's doing right now. Wow. A couple of PayPals came in. Is this right? Ben, great show, Richie. He sent $4.20 on PayPal. Hope you're well and good, bro. Ben, thanks, Ben, the Yorkshire Graffonian. How you doing, man? Thanks for the PayPal, $4.20. A mucho gusto generoso from Ben. Thanks, man. And also Nathan with his $2.22 support in the show. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that support during the live show. You too can help support GoofOn. I don't know if I mentioned it. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. And the UFO Man did it too with a super sticker. $2. Dude, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you very much. The UFO Man throwing it down. Hey, where'd it go? I didn't do that. That's weird. It just disappeared. Did I click it? I don't know. Thanks, the UFO Man. I'm a huge supporter. You're a huge supporter. We need to support each other forever. I know. I gotta give back too. Thank you very much, the UFO Man. I appreciate you hanging out and supporting the show this way with £2, £2. Thanks. Mucho gusto, Generosin. Right, exactly. They're all gonna laugh at you. When you hear me do that, that's what that's from. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna... oh. And then remember how crazy she went? Right? And then she's all blood. Oh man, that was a nasty trick they played. And what is the principal laughing at poor Carrie too? Ha ha ha! In the close up, and everybody got it. They all got it. That was a great ending. Thank you very much, Bob. Hey, thank you very much for supporting the show, everybody. The UFO Man. Thank you for that. Go check out and like, share, subscribe to UFO Man's channel. Who just threw this down? Is that Jeff Garvey throwing down a $5 super chat? I need a Christina break from all the drama. You know, I don't have that anymore. But that is so weird that you said that today of all days. I'm going to show you something that I was going to show right now. This is Christina. I saw this girl. We've seen her before from Sky News Australia. This is Christina. I actually have this set up as Christina. It says Christina Gomez, 20 years in the future. Sky News host looks like Christina in 20 years. Oh my God, that's so weird. I don't have that Christina dance anymore. I might. I don't know if I saved it, but it's not up on my queue to just find. However, I'll show you Christina Gomez in the future. For those of you who don't know who Christina Gomez is, she's the one that's screwing Jimmy Church right now. Yeah. What? It's a true story. Nice girl. Terrible guy. I feel bad that she went that route. Good Lord. That's the true story. Not making it up. Am I making it up? There she is. You can tell already that's her, right? In the future, Jeff.
It's a thing, cry bullies. They're the
Does that not look like Christina Gomez 20 years from now?
types who simultaneously play the victim but are really the bullies themselves.
Can you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir. Call me sir.
Oh, that's odd. I wonder why.
Yeah. There's more.
Thanks, Christina.
Nothing like.
Now, I would never mistake. Oh my God. Oh my God, I've got the funniest joke, but I can't say it because the person will get offended and angry, and I don't want this person to hate me. I can't do it. I can't. I want to so bad. You know how hard it is for me to not say what I have to say. I can't say it.
Like a good misgendering. Yeah. I'm not, sir. Oh, sorry.
That dog is just like the guy.
Not, sir.
Or girl. I don't know.
Sir.
See, I just did it.
The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row. Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be the masculine jawline or your deep voice or your protruding stomach that looks awful lot like jelly in a bag.
I do like the little hat on the dog.
That's Christina Gomez in 20 years. I don't lie. I just tell you. Anyway, I can't say it. It would hurt this person's feelings. It is funny though, because if I see it, other people see it. And it has nothing really to do with it's who that person looks like, not Christina Gomez. The guy girl. Anyway, enough of that. That was time filler right there. That was filler. Jeff, thank you for the $5 super chat. That was amazing that you put this up. And I had a Christina Gomez lookalike set up for today. You can't write that. I mean, that's just pure coincidence, but these are the things that happen to me all the time. It's really strange. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Jeff Garvey, continuing supporter of Goof On for a long time. I know. Hold on. Somebody just told me. Oh, I know. Top of the hour. I'm going to read you something in a minute. The lowdown on the aliens. Paolo Gazzardi. Unbelievable what's going on this field. And you know, everybody says, oh, we're done with the drama. Nobody wants the drama. Everybody's sick of the drama. And then the drama is the most popular thing that people talk about. It is. We're not in it anymore. We're on the side. I want to show you this. It's from Third Phase of Moon. They put a video out, and I haven't watched it at all. And, oh, wait, hold on. Is it? Okay, so you're right. All right, so Into Thin Air does not have a video. So when Into Thin Air does not have a video, we'll go to Third Phase of Moon. And that's what we're doing at the top of the hour. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see what Third Phase has in store in 3, 2, and Gush. Classic. Welcome back
to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got UFOs, extraterrestrial existence, captured on video, photographs, is coming in right now. We're going to be sharing it with you, so buckle up. Let's get it going. What are we looking at? UFOs traversing behind buildings, and somebody who captured an ET in his backyard in Peru. Watch this.
What?
We're looking at a photograph, and there are...
Hold on a second. That ET looks awfully familiar to me.
A couple that have come into Third Phase of Moon. The information regards to this is
human
still very sparse, so we're just sharing you the evidence, but we're going to speculate on what we're looking at here. Are we looking at something interdimensional? Look at this. We've got Apollo, Asteria, and my brother Brent, and we're going to break it down right now. Apollo, your first thoughts.
Well, since the location of this is in Peru, it really makes me wonder, you know, I'm not sure if this is from a door light or if someone captured a photo of this, but it looks like someone landing with a jetpack. Like there's like smoke.
What? I don't see a jetpack. I don't see anybody landing. I don't see any smoke yet.
Or something behind him. He seems to be kind of like lit up. I don't know. I just...
Did we miss something? What, did she see something we didn't see?
Right now, a lot of people are saying that
I don't see a jetpack or smoke or anything like that.
Happening quite a bit, so that's where my mind goes when I see
I'm a little confused here. Wait a minute. Is this it? This is... I'm going to continue it, and I'm going to shut up, but... all right. I don't know what to say.
Right. Yeah, what I like about this is that we have two photos. Again, we could speculate what we're seeing here. You can see this kind of like a triple exposure on the lens as this thing's moving. Some people might say it's like dematerializing. I'm not throwing it all out there that this is the case. It could just be maybe somebody highlighted with some silver costume creating this figure, capturing the attention, maybe backpacking the phenomenon of what's happening with the jetpack man over there in Peru. Hard telling, but it is interesting. We see the guy walking through the forest right here, and it captures your attention. What's the provenance behind this? We need to know more. What do you think, Blake? You know, I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking to myself, it could be easily fake, but right now it'd be up to somebody that would want to report some kind of major hoax. Apparently the guy that released this seems that he's very genuine, so if we got to take it for what it is. We've got the evidence, we've got photographs.
All right, so look, I see some people comment and they're not happy, you know, Third Phase, the hoaxers and all this shit. Hey, look, they didn't take the pictures, they just posted it. And it's not fair to accuse them of doing anything wrong other than posting something that could just be a guy. However, it's no different. Actually, it is. It's different than what Corbell is doing. Yet Corbell does not get near as much shit as Third Phase of Moon does. And I don't know why. I mean, I understand in the past but this is no worse than what is on mainstream media. Actually, the story's a little better because it could be an alien in a silver suit. Who the hell knows? But I just get sick of seeing people forget what's in mainstream media when they yell at Third Phase of Moon for posting stuff, you know, maybe mundane, maybe not. But look at what's happening in Peru. It's a topical story about aliens attacking civilians. And we know that Alberini went down there. Anthony Alberini went down there, didn't really find anything, right? I don't know. I haven't watched the whole show yet where he went back and went to Peru, but man, you can't have it both ways. You just can't in this field. And let's go to the next one. Just, you know, enjoy it. Let's just have fun. This is ufology. People give us stuff all the time. It's on a string. It's a drone. It's a copter. No, I'm joking. Go ahead. Go
Captured
ahead.
from an unknown location. We're trying to get the coordinates, but we're looking at the video. Something traverses behind this building. We're looking at it. It's something quite large. In my opinion, it's not a conventional drone. I'm not seeing any indication of that. We're looking at something that's quite large in the sky with no means of propulsion. Guys, what do you think of this? Apollo?
You know, my thoughts on this, when I see this, it seems like it has some sort of light under it that may be used to like power it. And I know plasma technology, it can be lit up with kind of a bluish light when it's being used to power devices. So it makes me curious, and you know, I kind of wonder if maybe it's something that is using some sort of plasma technology that hasn't really been released yet. So that's kind of my thoughts when I see this.
So we got aliens, and we also have these craft just in people's backyards in major cities. Brent, what do you make of this? The size of this as it traverses behind this building. I'm not seeing any CGI here.
What caught my eye was right when I first saw this, before it kind of went behind that building, I thought it maybe could have been maybe some sort of holographic projection, because you can kind of see it. It's translucent and it's beaming off light. What's keeping this up in the sky? What kind of craft is it? Could it be maybe a balloon highlighted with some...
All right, let's take a little look and review here ourselves. So in the beginning here, I'm gonna mute it. Let's just take a look at this thing. And now this reminds me of Billy Meyer. You can see this thing wobbling back and forth almost. Like there is a wobble effect to this that I see. However, it is so hard to understand what we're seeing because there's no reference, really. We see a close-up of this ship, right, or whatever, and then it goes behind a supposed building. And this is apparently outside. I can't tell if it's outside, if it's inside, if it's underground. I can't tell if this is taken off a TV, off a screen, off of a projector. Translucent, I don't think so. I think that's just the light illuminating the area. And that is just weird when it goes behind the building. Watch. Because you really don't know what size this building is, right? We don't know. We don't know. We can't see the building. You mother's ass. Right? We can't see it. Here it comes in. And then this could be... I mean, this is where it's going to cut off any second. I'm going frame to frame. This could be a model. This could be on a train set. There could be lights on in the little fake buildings. This could just be a model. Guy's got it up on a string. Somebody's recording it. He's pulling it from left to right. Hey, look. It is that simple. And I'm not saying that's happening here. But holy crap, it sure reminds me of something like that. I'm not a big fan of this one. But if it's real, it's history right there. One more.
These craft just in people's backyards in major cities. Brenton, what do you make of this?
There's one more.
South America as well, of the same object, in my opinion. And again, we're
Hold
seeing
on.
these on
Let's take a look at the weather. All right, we've seen these before.
across South America as well.
That wind is blowing. You see the wind?
Object, in my opinion.
It's blowing.
And again, we're receiving these on a weekly basis. They continue to drop to social media, these anomalous daylight sightings of these acorn-shaped, diamond-shaped UFOs. Why aren't we seeing this in America? Your thoughts on that?
We don't. All right, so it looks like...
my thoughts on this are, I think it's really interesting that these are so common, and it seems to be from this certain area in the world, like South America or Mexico. I think is where I usually see these videos coming from, of this sort of top-shaped craft. So I think it's really interesting that, you know, there's so many of them.
Did she say top-shaped? Top-shaped craft?
Shaped craft. So is where I usually see these videos coming from, of this sort of top-shaped craft.
I think she meant to say dome-shaped craft, and she said top? I don't know. It's just a weird way to say it.
This sort of top-shaped craft.
Oh, top-shaped craft. I don't know what that means.
I think it's really interesting that, you know, there's so many of them. Like, does that mean that, you know, this certain area of the world is getting visited frequently from somewhere, or has someone in this area invented some sort of device and they're testing it out all the time? So that's my thoughts. Brent?
What I like about it, you see it right there next to that communication tower.
All right. We're never going to know. I know it's been 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Good video. I'll put the link to this in the show description. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. I want to see why all these are replayed again.
Doesn't look very large. To me, is seeing these balls of light being thrown out of what looks like a mothership or a TR-3B looking ship up there. You know, it looks like some sort of triangular craft, and these things seem to be
What is this?
thrown out.
Hold on a second.
Check this out.
What the hell?
Invasion. Multiple UFOs entering some kind of canal in Italy. Watch, guys.
What?
Insane. What are we looking at?
What? Wait a second. Shut up. Come on. These aren't UFOs. What is going on?
We're enhancing the footage. We're looking at this very closely. Is this some kind of attack?
Does anybody in the chat know what this is?
Origin? Look at the reflection off.
Anybody know what's going on here?
Now, Apollo, your thoughts immediately. We're looking at this in real time.
Denbub, that is the most perfect comment of the day. That's what they do. Not only that, sometimes they'll edit. Like, I remember when I first started getting into the field, it's still, you can do it now. In the field, what am I talking about? I must be lost. I would see these objects in the distance and I'd record them when I first got in, and I'd sit there and I'm like, that light isn't moving. And then I'd sit there and wait. And then all of a sudden, it disappeared. Well, I don't know what to say to that. But a week later, I bought this lens attachment for $200. Cost more than a camera back then. And I put it on and looked in the same area where I keep seeing all these lights. And for 2 weeks, I've been telling people, I don't know what it is, but in the Southwest, I'm seeing tons of it's like all the time. Nobody's reporting this. So I got the zoom, got the lens. And when I looked and put this on and zoomed in, airplane. But what I could have done, I could have just shown everybody the lights and said, look at this. It's just these lights, and never show them what I found, right? And Denbub, they do it all the time. They do it in post-op. They'll see something in the distance that, this is what Jeremy Corbell does. They take something that looks like a UFO when they realize it's an airplane or a drone. Yeah, they may record for another minute or turn it off. True statement. But what Corbell does, he takes it to another level. He's going to show you the parts that people misidentified. And that's it. He'll show you all those parts. That's why he gets away with it, because he's not showing us any military UFOs. He's not showing us anything top secret. He's not showing us anything that a mundane person just walking around could see. That's why he doesn't get in trouble, because he's showing us nothing. Nothing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Goof on. We need to get 200 likes. That's right, 200 likes, and the algorithm says, all right, you'll have one more person tomorrow. So, Denbub's right. That's what these people do. They record the stuff until they can't. And that's why I was always mad at people for turning off the camera. I'm like, why did you stop? We had to go. I'm like, wait a minute. A UFO, you're saying that's a UFO. You're making history, world history, and you have to go to a party? Interesting. I know me and my wife got in an argument, missed the movie, because I saw something at the theater. And I wanted to go home and get my camera. And she's like, no, let's go to the movie. The thing's already gone. And I'm like, I already missed the previews. We're by the time we get the ticket, get the popcorn, go sit down, we've already missed 5 minutes. You stupid UFOs. Can't go out. You need somebody in your relationship that can understand the passion, the drive that you have when you're out there hunting these things. There's nothing else but that. You're out, you're looking to make world history. What do you mean? Gonna be late for a dinner? Give me a break. Denbub throwing down $7 for supporting the show. That's a $7 dono. That's right, we round up here at Goof On. There are no 99s. Welcome to the show. Denbub with the $7 super dono. It's a beautiful night tonight. We are halfway through November. Next week is Thanksgiving. 8 days from now, what the hell are you going to do for Thanksgiving? Ask yourself that question. Denbub, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Mucho gusto, generoso, mister. And a continuing supporter of Goof On for a long time. I got to get back to this video. Anyway, I don't know why I went off, but check it out. This is unbelievable.
Seeing these balls of light thrown out of what looks like a mothership or a TR-3B.
A mothership? Wait a minute. You can't go. Hold on.
You know, it looks like some sort of triangular craft, and these things seem to be being thrown out of them. But another thing that came to mind for me was, you know, what if something broke apart in the atmosphere and was thrown out, but it seems like they're being thrown out of something that's already up there. And there's these lights under it, so it kind of looks like a ship to me. So very interesting.
I like the way
releasing drones.
I like the way Paula gives her reviews, because they start out high energy. What we've got here is we see a drone and it looks like could be a mothership, and then when she gets to the end, it's always, so we got, you know, mothership here. What do you guys say? You know, her voice gets so low. So we've got a mothership. Maybe I don't know. It could be something, guys. She's good people, man. Paula's one of the few bright lights in the community. Believe me.
Of Italy, Brent, your thoughts on that? Again, I thought this could have been a different part of the region in this world. But
I just noticed it. I'm not being a dick.
We needed to share this. This is very unusual. Paula states that you could kind of see a ship up there. These orbs are just being like thrown out, thrusted towards the water, turning into USOs. What's going on?
And how come the cameraman doesn't focus on the so-called bigger ship, mothership, right? Why is it? It is strange what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Anybody? Does anybody know what this is? I'm going to look in the chat because I don't know what this is. Donovan says, well, it's those freaking dots up, man. Okay. Let's see. Keeping in mind the military-industrial complex needs enemies real or imagined in order to manufacture consent to build a war machine and line the corrupt pockets of what. Right. That's what I've been saying for years. Jay Burke, like-minded individual. That's what I say all the time. Without the threat, they won't get the funding. They have to convince the lawmakers. Lawmakers? People who pass laws and shit to get certain legislation approved. They approve funding. And if you don't have a threat, they're not going to approve it. That's what we learned with Rubio and all those people. Remember, they were getting involved and looking at so-called evidence and trying to convince them, Lou did, that there's a threat. We can't follow it. We don't know what it is. We can't track it, trace it, or anything it. We need the money to fund how we can fight this thing or figure out what it is. All right, I'll give you money for another 4 years. Does that sound good? To start. I would like 10 years, but I appreciate the start. Can we do 5? No, I only got 4 years. You want me to go to 3? No, 4 is good. I'll take 5. 4? 6 is good. We'll do 6. 4. All right. 6 it is. Anyway, that's what happens. Jay Burke getting it right. 1,000,000%.
On here, you can just see him just like ricocheting. This episode has quite a bit of UFO phenomenon right here. Again,
wait, what happened?
What's going on around the world? It seems
I want to talk about this. This is crazy. It is.
We're enhancing the footage.
What I want to know is
in Italy. Watch, guys.
What's this here? See? So I have to stop it and ask, what is going on? Is this shooting them out, or did they drop these? It looks like these things were launched. I don't know what's going on. But having said that, Jay Burke says, I believe UFOs are real. I just believe the government plays both sides of the coin. Now, they are pretending like they don't know what a UFO is. They tried to reinvent the term. Yeah. God, I like that guy. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, it's exactly what we say. It is true. I believe in UFOs too. Just not what the government tells me they are. Yeah, you know, oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry about that. You know, we, the people, we can take in and step. Like I'm stepping up to make it my responsibility to report what I see, what's going on in the field. I take it. You're going to have to take it into your own hands, guys, girls. We have to do it. The government's not going to do it. The only way the government would give us any sort of disclosure is through war. False flag alien invasion, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. But we are. From the Ukraine war, starting at that point, that war with Russia, Ukraine, that right there was the starting point for when they can pull off the false flag alien invasion. They need a war-torn area to create the illusion, mainly where there's just military out there, not civilian. And when they do this, it's going to be recorded on all sorts of cameras, maybe even cell phones. When they bring in the holographic enemies, there's also going to be real firepower disguised as if it's coming from the UFOs, which you won't be able to see it. They've got to somehow have real explosions with false flag alien invasion ships in the sky that aren't real. Or they do it all in a studio. Yeah, just like when they went to the moon. Hecklefish? Yeah. We never went to the moon. What? I think we went to the moon. I do. I think we went there. There was we've got, oh my God, this show just flew by. All right, I'm going to play this because here at Goof On, we like to take turns and go in other directions and jump off topic, come back to it. Everything has a purpose here. Now, News Nation, if you haven't heard, News Nation hired Ross Cuckold, whatever you call her, to be their outside source for UFOs, I guess. He's now a consultant or an outside reporter hired by News Nation. He got a job. He finally got the job. They hired him on. This is amazing. He's terrible. Ross Cuthart, whatever, Rose Cuckold, it's easier for me to say that, is really, really bad for ufology. Eric Weinstein, could love him or hate him, don't give a shit. But it's that prick, the Australian prick, Rose Cuckold, that is going to be taking Jeremy Corbell and putting him up on a pedestal. You'll see. You'll see. And then Jeremy will start doing News Nation. I'm just saying. I could just hear Rose Cuckold, mate, I can tell you this right now. I've got me an inside source. I don't know how he talks. Who gives a shit? Pointy nose. That's all I see is a point. I know. I don't like him. And rightfully so. Nobody should trust Rose Cuckold.
Congressman Eric Burlston of Missouri successfully passed an amendment in the House that encourages the government to renew David Grush's security clearance.
That is great.
That clearance would allow the former intelligence officer to share highly sensitive information in an ultra-secure facility, what they call a SCIF. Now, Grush told Congress in July what he told us first on News Nation, that the government has a secret program collecting non-human UFOs, but he stopped short of getting into specifics.
You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but I could answer that question behind closed doors.
So.
Whoops. I thought he didn't see anything. Hold on, let's go back. I want to see something, hear something, really.
Not in this environment, but I could answer that question. Seen firsthand what I've seen. I have to be careful.
Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but
Wait a minute. He's a second-hand whistleblower. Oh, pictures. He might have seen pictures, but he doesn't really know what's real. He doesn't know. Do you really think the government would allow Grush to see legitimate UFOs? Do you really believe that? Don't you think there's a real book of pictures and evidence and a fake book? Just like people have shady businesses. They have the real tax book, the real books for the pay and everything else, and then they have the fake one. The one you give the government. The one that says you only made this much money. Wouldn't you think the government would have that at the ready? Apparently, we're going to be talking to Grush, and it's going to be in a few days. Can we get that book? You know the one I'm talking about? Matter of fact, we already got the book. We just need you to sign off on it. Oh, all right. Let David Grush see these pictures. These are of non-intelligent beings. It's basically America. Showing pictures of Americans. No. I believe America has dummied down so much. We're not smart. Not a smart country anymore. Proves it right here. You know, it's kind of sad watching this. I feel a sense of sadness. Because, you know, every day goes by. And I think maybe today we'll see evidence. Every day, maybe. And it's never. Never. We're going backwards, my friends. Allowing Corbell to call that a UFO. Allowing Grush as a whistleblower. It doesn't make sense to me. When did we ever go... when did whistleblowers become... I know I've talked about it before, but how are they hearsay? How can a guy who's never seen anything with his eyes, only heard stories, become a whistleblower? I'm a whistleblower. I do it every day. You're a whistleblower. The whole thing's weird. And if it's weird, there's something wrong with it. I'm not going to get into body language and shit, but I'm watching David Grush here, and man, this guy, he's an open book.
I could answer that question behind closed doors.
Yeah, of course.
So, will Grush divulge more information behind closed doors soon? Moments ago, I spoke to Congressman Burlston, who detailed what he hopes to learn from the whistleblower.
I think that if we can get some specifics, some specific information about what programs that he was referring to, where the locations of these devices are, where the bodies are. So I just want the specifics. Now there is a chance that we might be able to get some of those specifics this Thursday morning. We have another meeting with the Inspector General in a skiff, and I'm told that Grush has signed a release to allow for his report to the IG to be released.
All right, we know all this. All right, let's just move on. All these people making revelations, talking like they know what's going to happen. You know how many times I hear people saying disclosure is right around the corner? Okay, so what do you think? 6 months, 12 months? Somewhere, maybe a year to, I don't know, 15? I'm like, wait a minute. Disclosure is right around the corner, but you don't know when. But you're saying it's right around the corner. Now, I'm going to interpret that as within the next year or two. However, every time we hear somebody make a great claim, it never happens. Never comes to fruition, does it? It really doesn't. It's bizarre. We live in a weird world. Check this out. Did I already show this? Hold on, I think I showed this. Oh, I did show this. Never mind. It was a supposed regular occurrence happening at Bledsoe's. All right. God, I don't know if I have the stomach to do this right now. All right. I've got something here for you. What is the true reality of our world? How many times do we talk about the Matrix or living in a Matrix reality, living in another dimension, another time, another place at the same time? Who do you go to find out all this stuff? Who would you go to find out, are we living in a Matrix reality? Who do you go to? I don't know. I wouldn't go to Greer. I wouldn't go to David Wilcock. Is it Wilcock? David Wilcock. I wouldn't go to him. I wouldn't go to, would you? You would go to David Wilcock to find out if we're living in an alternate reality. What is this? This is it? All right, let's see what he says. All right. This is called From Ascending Now. What is the true reality of our world? Huh.
Bases in our galaxy. We already have working spaceships. We have facilities on the moon. We have facilities on Mars, other satellites in our solar system. And what's even more outrageous than that, of course, it's all been kept secret.
Look at that head of hair. His is terrible, but hers, my goodness.
Is that we are in those programs, in those classified programs, we are actively in contact with extraterrestrials. And they interact with us much like the cantina scene in Star Wars.
Right, like the Galactic Federation.
Yeah, that's real. And
I mean, you've done a lot of stuff with Corey Good, and I'm sure that, you know, from your own experiences and intuition and visions, and as well as Corey's and probably others, there's the...
I can't stop looking at this woman. You see, this is why women in the field do so well. All you got to do is just be a little cute, and holy shit.
A lot of corroboration.
I just threw that out there for, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Oh, hey, thank you, Catherine Carr. Cece in the house, everybody. She became a member, not a YouTube member, as it says here on the screen. It actually says on, in the chat, the actual chat, not the StreamYard connection, that Catherine Carr became a member of Truthology for Ufology. We thank you so much for your contribution and support in becoming a member. Now you get access to the videos that nobody gets to see, only members, and try not to judge. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Well, thank you, Catherine. All right, David Wilcox. Yeah, obviously this guy is very vain, takes care of himself. Beautiful, beautiful human being, right? But what he says sounds so absurd. And yet, this is probably one of the most popular people on the internet when it comes to this type of talk. Why? Because he sounds great. Because he sounds like he's telling the truth. Maybe he is. And we're all dismissing it because, it's too crazy. How could we believe that's happening? Well, there are UFO sightings, a lot of them, right? We can't explain everything. And there's thousands of objects in and around the planet. So it's a very difficult time to be a UFO hunter and not make a mistake. You're going to make thousands of mistakes. And one of them would be to think that this is the only reality. Is that a loophole that we create just in conversation because, well, when you're living, you can't prove there's an afterlife and nobody really comes back unless they have a near-death experience. And most of them are the same, yet some are really out there. So is imagining or hypothesizing or theorizing that there are other dimensions out there to fill the void of not knowing what it's like after we die? Is this another way to feed that curiosity, just imagining living in another reality? Because when we get to heaven or hell or the afterworld, is it another universe? Is it the same universe? Is it a light universe? Because I believe we're light beings. We're souls. We have a soul in us. We are the aliens, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Well, the Illuminati created us. They sure did, with DNA from another planet. DNA from an alien. You want to believe in that? Fine. Where's the missing link? Oh, remember that when you were growing up? There were only 5 or 6 of those from chimpanzee and ape to man standing up. Now we've got a whole row of people, about 30 skeletons filling in all the voids of the missing link, and we haven't found it. David Wilcock, as much bullshit as he spews, shit, man, there might be some truth into that. That's why we listen. You listen to everything everybody has to say, and you make up your own mind. Let's listen to another minute.
What we did with Cosmic Disclosure was to talk about something that I believe actually happened to me as well. At the time that we were doing the show, I hadn't really put it all together yet, but it does appear that if you are picked up by a UFO as an abduction experience, that you could be taken away for a significantly long time, maybe even years, and then not remember anything when they bring you back because they can splice you back in to the moment that you left.
Timeline
So
wise.
that's one of the really odd aspects of this whole new technology.
See, I have a problem with that. How in the world? First of all, time travel, theoretically, it's possible, but we can't do it. Not that we know. And what he's talking about, being taken by aliens, and you could be gone for years in their ship while they're flying around, I guess is what he's saying. Just like Interstellar, you know, they left, they went to the black hole thing, and then they came back, and it was, 100 years later almost? But he looked the same, maybe a few years older, and his daughter was dying at 108. Yeah. How can they put you back into the same exact timeline? This is the one thing about time travel that I have a problem with. It's not just that you're going back or forward in time. It's landing on the planet and staying in perpetual motion and being placed back on the planet. So when you're doing time travel and you want to go to the future, which they say you can't, or they say theoretically you can, but you can't go backwards in time to the point when the time machine was invented. So if the time machine was invented 10 years ago in 2013, I can't go back past 2013, supposedly. But I don't understand that. You know when you watch Back to the Future and they go, we're going to go back to 1955, November 15th, whatever it was. And then he hits the enter button. All right, now that you've hit enter and put that date in, what calculations are being done that provide you with the correct landing in the same exact spot you're standing in now? If you're off even by the smallest fraction of a second, you're going to be miles off course at 30 years. Capiche? So, I don't know how they do it. That's why they don't. Time travel, I'm not buying it. It's nice. It's fun to talk about. But David Wilcock really spins some yarn here. Man, she is just gorgeous, I tell you.
Is that we are going to have to deal with the paradoxes of time travel.
Right, because it's not the same. It's not a linear thing in all of the universe, and time-space reality is just here. And from what I understand, there's interesting stuff about this technology that you guys are working on with the spaceship program that includes sort of being able to break that sort of mechanism that creates this reality.
Very much so.
Did you see it? Did you see it? David Wilcock did it. The finger went in the ear when he got caught lying. Watch. She says something that he agrees with and then puts his finger in his ear. See? It's typical. We all do it. Watch why that happens.
Sort of mechanism that creates this reality.
Very much so.
She said, so that's the mechanism that can create this reality. Knowing it's bullshit, he says, yeah, and then puts his finger in his ear because it's a lie. Greer does it too. So you mean to tell me that there's technology that can regrow limbs? Well, actually, there is. Yeah. They do it. We're human. They do it. I do it. You do it. I caught myself doing it. I laughed. I'm like, but I actually had an itch. I can't listen to any. I could just put that on mute and watch her. But David Wilcock is not my cup of tea. Wilcock. Is it Cock? It's David Wilcock, right? Not Cox. We have a David Wilcock here. But Wilcock is that fool. All right. Did you know that Lou Elizondo saw a UFO? Anybody? I didn't know. I know he talked about that he is like a remote viewer and has some psychic abilities, but I didn't know he saw a UFO. Listen to this. I just found this today. I don't know how I missed it. Maybe I just dismissed it.
Told me before that you've had your own sighting. Do you believe they're real?
Look at this body language. Do you believe this real? He looks like he's gotten a little bit too much of the Sheba Heba. Look at him there. Way to go, no neck. Listen.
You have told me before that you've had your own sighting. Do you believe they're real?
You know what?
Think of a lie. Wow, that's a long time. As Interstellar's on in the background.
With all due respect, I'd like to answer that question.
You have told me before that you've had your own sighting. Do you believe they're real?
And what did he say? With all due respect, I'm not going to answer that question.
You know what?
I'm surprised that Lou didn't answer that. Have you ever seen a UFO?
With all due respect, I'd like to answer that.
So let me ask you this, Lou. What's the problem with saying, yeah, I saw a UFO? Because then you have to explain what it looked like. Because you didn't see one. That's why you chose not to answer that question, because you'd be lying. So you never saw a UFO. Hey, hold on a second. Why doesn't he just say, I never saw one? Ooh. Good question. Because he has to create the lie that he experienced something. See, that's how he's connecting with you and me, real experiencers who have seen and recorded things. This guy, he never wanted to be a UFO guy. He's not a disclosure guy. He saw a UFO. He would be happy to say he saw it. But then the flood of questions would come in. And he thought about it. And he said, with all due respect, I'd rather not answer that. Why? Because it's a lie. If he says yes. If he says no, I never saw a UFO, then people would be like, what do you mean you never saw a UFO? Why are we talking to you then? That's why Lou's lying when his lips are moving. And by the way, I think we should get a GoFundMe page and get Lou some lip injections. What do you say? I mean, the poor guy probably can't even kiss his wife anymore. Where'd those lips go? They just shriveled up with your heart, and your inflated ego is just pushing it out? I don't understand. Tubbalard? Tubbaloo? Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, I'm in a mood. I'm telling you, I wish I was in this mood an hour ago.
Clip went viral on YouTube and it's from 2020.
Kurt,
if the general public knew or saw what you saw, what would the next week look like? How would the public react?
Here we go.
Somber. I think there would be the
somber as he strokes his chin beard. comforting himself for the lie he just said.
This big exhale for about a day. And then this turning inward and trying to reflect on what this means to us and our species and ourselves.
Nothing new, Lou. Says everything everybody else has said already. He's not answering the question. He's dancing. He's the dancing Lou.
I think...
somber, sorry, like a sigh of relief?
Somber meaning serious. Not like Hollywood portrays people partying in the streets and silliness like that. I think you would have some people perhaps turning to religion more so. You might have some people turning away from religion. I think you're going to...
Hey, people may party in the streets. They may not party in the streets. But Kurt, what I really see here is people may question religion, or they may not. So what you're saying is, Lou, is that people may leave their religion or question it while others won't. You are deep. And let me get this straight. You also said people will party in the streets and others won't. I got to tell you, Lou, unbelievable, prophetic. The things you say, you should write a book. Ah, you did, huh? Audiobook. Go, well, you can't buy it. Something's wrong. Audiobook. Disclosure by Baby Louie, the guy who lied his way through school, lied his way through counterintelligence training, and bullshitted his way through the UFO community. And I'm quite sure he's a terrible person on the outside. If he's anything like what we see here in ufology, I feel sorry for anybody that was raised by him, that lives with him. Can you imagine? No, honey, I'm right. You're wrong. Oh, baby Lou. Yeah, don't call me that. Goofon calls me that. Don't call me that. Oh, little Louie, my little Louie. Don't call me little Louie. What's wrong, baby? Don't call me that. Goofon calls me that. That guy who called into that space show or X show, whatever the hell you call it now, Squarespace. Never mind.
I have, at that point, the philosophical and theological
so smart
questions will be raised.
Wow. The theological and all those questions are going to be raised.
And people will have some serious soul searching to do, no pun intended.
Disclosure happens tomorrow. What does the next week look like? Well, we're going to have some soul searching to do. Some people will search for their soul and some won't. Some people will party and some won't. Some people will have sex. Some won't. Some, like me, some people out there, everything he says is one way or the other. He doesn't tell us anything new. He doesn't tell us anything smart. He doesn't tell us anything we need to know. He says everything we've already heard. There's no reason. There's one reason. There really isn't a reason for him to say all of this stuff. It's all bullshit. He doesn't know what he's saying.
And I don't think that's bad, by the way.
No, it is.
I think a lot of folks that have spent their times in this community being charlatans will have been exposed, and they will be probably unemployed and probably have to change their names because, you know.
That's a big threat by a big pile of duty. That is unbelievable that he said that.
I think a lot of folks that have spent their times in this community being charlatans will have been exposed, and they will be probably unemployed and probably have to change their names because, you know.
That's huge. What a dick. He's going to, in his own words, he said this. I'm not lying. He thinks he can use his connections to mess people's lives up. And you know what? He can. He can. And the fact he said that there will save us all. Because if anything happens to any of our family, any of you, me, just let me know. And we know where to go. First person we go to is him. And then we branch outward. I've got 3 people that are constantly being watched in my life. 3 people. Constantly. Just waiting for them to make a mistake. Just like they're waiting for us to make a mistake. But we don't talk about it on air. We're not that ego inflated like Big Baby Louie here. See what he did right there? He showed his true self. I'm in the government. I'm counterintelligence. I know people. I will fuck up your life. You will have to change your name. I am going to mess with you. That's what he said. That's the guy who's... No, that's not... He's not my guy for ufology. I can't wait to hear the book. Unbelievable what he said.
The rest of society will look at them in an unfavorable light. I think there are some unsung...
So when he's done with the haters, because that's what that was about, when he's done exposing the haters, ruining their lives, they had to change their names, they're going to be embarrassed. God, look at him. He looks like Dave Scott, doesn't he? Dave Scott from Sold Out Radio.
Unsung heroes that will probably come to light, and the world will appreciate their contributions to this topic. I think the scientific community and academic communities, no, I can't give those names.
I know what I was going to say is names that have been announced before when you say the unsung heroes, or new names.
Names that haven't been announced before.
Okay.
I think the scientific and academic community is going to have to take a real hard look at itself and see why it repeated the same mistakes it did when Galileo first proposed that the Earth was not the center of the solar system. Hubris is a big part of that. And then I think, maybe we start the international conversation, say, okay, we realize that there's some things out there that are probably well beyond our petty discrepancies we have with each other. Maybe we really need to start working together on this.
Oh, God. I'm going to continue with that another time. Maybe we can work together, he says. It's weird, isn't it? If you had a channel like this a couple of years ago, if you had a YouTube channel, and I'll use the Fist as an example, and you're just starting out, I didn't know at the time, but I guess the Fist was in the military. That's who he surrounded himself with when he got going there. Other military people who are retired and have nothing to do except troll the people who disagree with what they believe. And it's amazing that we're that many miles apart when it comes to Lou Elizondo, when it comes to David Grush. When you ask them, why are you so angry at me? What did I say? You said Grush is not a whistleblower. I said, that's not what I said. I said he's not a true whistleblower. In the main definition of whistleblowing is somebody who's actually seen shit. Not secondhand, not hearsay. That's just a tattletale. And they hated that. Yeah, when I said he was treason, he committed treason, they hated that I said that. But he did. That's the thing. No, you don't know what you're talking about. Dopser told him what he could say. Oh, come on. And you're going to believe the government? Yeah, of course. Why would they lie? Why would they? And, those are the same people who came on this show and said that Lou Elizondo is an ass. He's got an overinflated ego. He's a liar. Same people who became friends with him. Remember when they asked me, hey, why don't you come over to our side? Don't be friends with Third Phase and those other people. We'll be your friends. We'll treat you right. Oh, yeah, I saw how you were going to treat me. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then Fessler came over here and apologized in front of all of you for the way he acted, right? He apologized. And then a week later, and I talk about Grush, and he hates me again without even having a conversation. This is the field. These are the people that Lou Elizondo masterminded and took their... Lou Elizondo didn't have to do much work with these people. These are brain dead individuals. They couldn't even see what was right in front of them. And we have been spelling it out, but they didn't heed the warning. They didn't take it. They just said we were nuts. We're liars. We're against disclosure. Against disclosure. That's a new one. I'm so for disclosure, it's ridiculous. That's all I want is disclosure. How could I be against it? Then why would you go against the people that are trying to get disclosure? They're blind. If by now you haven't seen, let me rephrase that. At this point, if you haven't figured out that Elizondo's bullshit, come on, he is. You know he is. 7 years later, what has he done? He wrote a book. He was on a TV show. He made a living. Did you? Did you? Jeremy Corbell, if you still think that this, him and it, or backwards, if you follow and love Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, at this point, there's something wrong. I don't understand. I don't understand the allure. Why Jeremy Corbell and George? I don't want to say George Knapp every time I mention Corbell, but they are a team. They're a team. But Corbell puts his name on these videos, not Knapp. So I'm going to stick with saying Corbell. Knapp, it's understood. He's a part of it when we say Corbell. But Corbell really is taking the spotlight. He's the one who's talking about the sighting, this. He's the one that talked about it. And, well, they both did, but Corbell put his name on it. And we're going to go over a little bit tonight, a little late. But I did want to play this part of weaponized.
It looks like Hermit the fully reported up the
Now, I played this yesterday. I'm playing it again.
Of command to CENTCOM.
It's important to emphasize this, that multiple nations in that region are detecting these things. We know Russia and Syria have detected them because Russia and Syria have shot at them. We know that the Royal Air Force Typhoon shot at it.
Hey, Blues Batteries, thank you very much for that. I just wanted to say thank you before I forget because I'm playing this clip. Hey, thank you very much for that. That is cool. That is $5, and I'm glad you can enjoy the show. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know. Mucho gusto generoso. I had a smile on my face. Thank you. You never know where these supporters come from, and it's nice to see. I see you in the chat, but when people do that, it's they're really telling me that they enjoyed the show. I don't know. I'm trying to thanks again. Thanks, Blues Batteries.
It presumably knocked it out of the sky, but nobody went and go to collect whatever records there might be. We know that the U.S. military...
Hold on. Did George Knapp just said goad? They go. Is goad a word? I think he meant to say went. He said goad. Listen.
Multiple nations in that region are detecting these things. We know Russia and Syria have detected them because Russia and Syria have shot at them. We know that the Royal Air Force Typhoon shot at it, presumably knocked it out of the sky, but nobody went and go to collect whatever records there might be. We know that the U.S. military saw 2 of these things at the same time. One of them that the Royal Air Force went after, the other one just zipped away and took off and disappeared.
Right. So this image, which we'll show, it's the one that was actually historically fired upon, which is called like a terrorist drone. It's really weird looking, whatever it is, but it is.
Oh, wait a second. He just said it's a terrorist drone. Hold on. I want to listen to the context of that. That was interesting.
Sky, but nobody went and go to collect whatever records.
Sorry, I went too far.
The same. One of them
fired upon, which is called like a terrorist drone. It's
They called it a terrorist drone.
really weird looking, whatever it is, but it is, again, it is classified as UAP within the intelligence community. This is not something that is identified. And so should we show the image?
Yeah, let's see this drone.
Really bizarre.
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
No, man. They know it's a drone. Can you believe it? And they're trying to play it off like it's a weird drone if it's a drone. It's a drone with payload, maybe. God almighty. And you see the thumbnail. I mean, come on. How weird can it be? It's not that weird. All Corbell and Knapp had to do was a minute of research. That's it. That's all it would have taken. I know I said it last night, but I'm just so angry at them for this. This really did it for me. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just not going to be nice. I was nice before. I don't want to be nice anymore. I was saying, hey, it's nice to listen to the Weaponized show, which it is. I like it because we get the information that, it would take a little bit to get that information. They're giving it to us. It saves time. And they're running part of the narrative with the mainstream media. So I have to stay on top of these things. And I'm very, very disappointed. This is so bad.
Okay, so I was making a joke and saying it looks like Kermit the Frog, but we call it the Syria Dome UAP, and whatever this device is, there were 2 of them, right? And by the time the Royal Air Force got up and caught up with them, and they fired a ASRAAM missile, which is I think he uses heat seeking. The other one,
advanced short-range air-to-air missile.
Advanced short-range air-to-air missile. So what happens is by the time they catch up with this pair that were there under intelligent control, this other one just took off. It wasn't even in the vicinity. They did report that in the initial reports that there were 2 of them, but this is the one that was fired upon. Now we don't know if it was hit. We don't.
So Jeremy Corbell, without having to do it, said by the time the 2 jets got there, they had already taken off. Well, yeah. Let's say it took 5 minutes for the jets to get there. You could have walked around the corner. You could have walked. He would have gotten away. He doesn't say that, people saw it took off at blinding speeds and right angled turns and all this. He said by the time they got there, the objects had taken off. That's it. That's it. Sounds like drones to me. I mean, we could have walked away just as far as, just to get away. I mean, 5 minutes. Let's say it took the airplanes 2 minutes to get there. That's a long time. If they're drones, those drones could have gone at least 2 miles away in any direction. But they didn't find them. This is ridiculous. It really is. It's sad. It makes me really, really sad.
Don't know if it hit the ground, but again, I just want to drive home. This is the public's being told one thing. This is classified as a UAP within our government and within intelligence circles. So whatever it is, the public is not getting
Well, I've seen a lot of images of drones, modern drones, military drones, private drones. I don't recall ever seeing a drone that
looks like that.
Looked like that. It looks like a mushroom cloud almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why, George? Because they focused in, Corbell did. Focused all the way in. So, yeah.
It's a very bizarre. Yeah, it's got the. I mean, look, it's a faraway image from one of these fighter planes, and look, I'm sure there's video out there.
Oh well, the public will probably see it, as given all the transparency there is now.
So let me read you a couple things that I think are.
All right. So my thing is, why doesn't Corbell have the video? Why show the still image? The person who gave him that image should have had the video.
Are important for the public to know. For the past 15 years in CENTCOM, U.S. forces have tracked unidentified airborne objects, also defined as unidentified aerial phenomenon, traveling in the vicinity of, base.
All right. You guys get it. I don't know if he really believes in what he's saying. I really don't. But when you look back at all the things that Corbell and Knapp have brought us, every single one, everyone, not just the last 3, every single one of the 7 claims over the last couple of years that Corbell said were UFOs, UAP, whatever, have turned out to be mundane objects. Nothing were of super intelligence or interplanetary or interstellar devices. These are nothing but man-made objects and or flares and or, well, it's the same thing. Yeah. Even when he showed us the radar, remember, oh, we've got the radar blips and there's 7 of them and we only see 2 doing like 85 knots. They were we have this on radar. They have radar showing these maneuvers, and what do we see? 84 miles an hour. 2 to 3 blips on the screen, just casually going in one direction. I think it even has a transponder on it. I think it's a drone. Come on, every single thing these people bring to us is bullshit. When are we going to say enough is enough? Again. And again. There's nothing we can do. Except what we do here, and that's talk about it. Yeah, we covered a lot tonight, from the drama that's going on in this field, which, by the way, doesn't include us for once. It is really interesting how many people love drama. But I think it's like anything else. Too much drama and you're going to get turned off. Not enough drama and you're like, hey, I want a little bit of excitement. Got to find somewhere to ride the line, That's what we try to do here. Try to bring excitement and some insight to the UFO world we live in and the people we see in mainstream media and on the internet. So with that being said, do your own research. That's always key. Don't take my word. Don't take their word. Do your research, man. It would have taken them 1 minute to figure out that this was a drone. That's it. 1 minute. And George Knapp says, I've never seen anything like it. That tells me a lot right there. Tomorrow we will be back. Don't know if it's going to be the James Webb. I think I'm just going to delete that show for tomorrow. There's always something good coming up and couldn't resist. So tomorrow we'll be back. And it is Wednesday. So don't forget, if trash is tomorrow, take your trash out. Go ahead. I'll wait for you to set the alarm. Good? What do we do? I forgot last night that we do Truthology for ufology for you. It is for you. It's all for you. It is. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show the way you did tonight. Thank you for the support. Thank you for hanging out and shooting a breeze in the chat room. Don't forget tomorrow morning, Amy in the morning, AG111, Alien Girl 111 tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And we do 7 p.m. And we cover both ends of the spectrum. The morning to night. That's the spectrum. Anyway, thanks for helping out. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for letting it all out right here on Goof On. We'll be back tomorrow night. Be good to each other. Love yourself and alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.